Negativity is one of the most misunderstood aspects of the human experience. Most people are taught, directly or indirectly, that negative thoughts, emotions, or reactions are problems to eliminate. We are encouraged to stay positive, ignore bad energy, or think happy thoughts. While well intentioned, this mindset often backfires. Negativity itself is not the enemy. Avoidance of negativity is. Negativity exists because the human brain evolved to detect threat, danger, and inconsistency. Long before modern life, negativity kept us alive. Today, that same system reacts not only to physical danger but also to social rejection, uncertainty, comparison, and emotional pain. The goal, therefore, is not to erase negativity, but to understand it, regulate it, and respond to it skillfully. On this audio, I will show you part 1. Understand negativity at its core. 1. What negativity actually is. Negativity is not a single thing. It shows up in multiple forms. There is negative thoughts, I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough. Negative emotions like anger, resentment, sadness, envy. Negative behaviors like complaining, withdrawing, snapping at others. There is also negative environments like toxic workplaces, draining relationships, negative self-talk, internal criticism. At its core, negativity is a signal, not a verdict. It signals a perceived threat, an unmet need, emotional overload, lack of boundaries, exhaustion, fear of loss or rejection. When negativity is ignored or suppressed, it tends to grow stronger. When it is understood, it loses its grip. Number 2. Why the brain is naturally negative. The human brain has a negative bias. This means negative experiences register more strongly than positive ones. The brain prioritizes what could go wrong over what could go right. Threat detection is faster than pleasure processing. This bias helped our ancestors survive, but in modern life, it often leads to overthinking, chronic stress, anxiety, pessimism, emotional exhaustion. Understanding this is critical because it reframes negativity as biological, not personal. You are not broken. Your brain is doing what it's evolved to do, just in an environment it was never designed for. Part 2, number 3. Internal negativity, managing your own mind. The problem with fighting negative thoughts. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to fight negative thoughts. Thoughts like, I shouldn't think this way. I need to stop being negative. Why am I like this? Ironically, resisting a thought gives it more power. The brain interprets resistance as importance. Instead of fighting thoughts, experts recommend decentering, learning to observe thoughts without identifying with them. A thought is not a fact. A thought is not a command. A thought is not your identity. Number 4. Skill number 1. Thought observation or cognitive distance. When a negative thought appears, practice says internally, I'm having the thought that, or this is my mind trying to protect me, or This thought is information, not the truth. This creates distance between you and the thought. Example, instead of I'm a failure, shift to I'm having the thought that I am failure. This subtle shift reduces emotional intensity and restores control. Skill number 2, emotional validation without indulgence. Many people confuse validation with indulgence. Validation means acknowledging the emotion, accepting that it exists, understanding why it makes sense. Indulgence means ruminating, acting impulsively, letting emotions dictate behavior. You can say, this feeling makes sense given what I've experienced, and I don't need to act on it. This approach prevents emotional suppression and emotional hijacking. Skill number 3, nervous system regulation. Negativity is often not a thinking problem, it's a nervous system problem. When the nervous system is overstimulated, thoughts become catastrophic, emotions feel overwhelming, logic shuts down. Key regulation tools: slow breathing, longer exhale than inhale, physical grounding, feet on the floor, body awareness. Reduce caffeine and screen overload, sleep consistency. You cannot think your way out of dysregulated nervous system. You must calm your body first. Part 3, number 7, emotional negativity, working with difficult feelings, anger, resentment, and bitterness. Anger is often misunderstood as something bad. In reality, anger usually signals a violated boundary, a sense of injustice, suppressed needs. Chronic anger turns into resentment when it is not expressed or processed. Healthy processing involves identifying what boundary was crossed or clarifying what you need, choosing assertive communication, not aggression. Unexpressed anger doesn't disappear. It turns inward as negativity, depression, or self-criticism. Number 8, sadness, grief, and hopelessness. Sadness becomes toxic only when it is denied. Grief is not linear. Healing does not follow a schedule. Trying to stay positive during grief often creates emotional dissonance. Healthy approach should be allow sadness without a storytelling. This will never change. Let emotions move throughout the body. Avoid isolating yourself completely. Sadness processed properly deepen emotional intelligence and resilience. 9, anxiety and fear-based negativity. Anxiety is future-focused negativity. It thrives on uncertainty, lack of control, catastrophic imagination. The brain asks, what if something goes wrong? Instead of answering the question, shift the frame. What can I handle if it does? What is actually in my control today? Resilience is not certainty, it's confidence in your ability to cope. Part 4, number 10, external negativity, people, environments, and society, dealing with negative people without becoming one. Not all negative people are toxic, but all toxic people are emotionally draining. Here's some types of negative people. The chronic complainers, victim mentality individuals, passive aggressive personalities, emotional volatile individuals. Key skill: boundaries without hostility. You are not required to absorb their emotions, fix their emotions, engage in endless negativity. Responses like, I don't have the energy for this conversation right now. I hear you, but I need to change the topic. Or you could say, let's talk about solutions, not just problems. Boundaries protect your energy, they're not punishment. 11. Workplace negativity and emotional contagion. Negativity spreads socially through a phenomenon called emotional contagion. Signs of negative workplace: gossip, chronic complaining, fear-based leadership, lack of physiological safety. Some strategies: limit emotional exposure, avoid joining complaint cycles, focus on task-based grounding, develop an identity outside work. You may not control the environment, but you control how deeply it enters you. Number 12. Social media and manufactured negativity. Modern negativity is amplified by algorithms prioritizing outrage, comparison culture, doom scrolling. Your brain was not designed to process global suffering 24/7. Healthy boundaries include time limits, content curation, intentional disengagement. Replacing scrolling with grounding activities like mental hygiene matters as much as physical hygiene. Part 5, number 13. Long-term strategies for negativity, resilience, and identity and self-concept. People who struggle most with negativity often have a fragile self-concept. They ask, what does this say about me? Or does this mean I'm failing? Resilient individuals ask, what can I learn? How does this fit into the bigger picture? Building a stable identity based on values rather than outcomes reduces negativity dramatically. 14. Meaning, purpose, and perspective. Negativity thrives in meaninglessness. When life feels directionless, small problems feel enormous. Cultivating meaning does not require grand purpose, perfect clarity, constant passion. It requires small commitments, contribution, alignment with values. Purpose acts as an emotional buffer. 15. Acceptance. The most misunderstood skill. Acceptance is not resignation. Acceptance means acknowledging reality as it is, reducing internal resistance, responding wisely instead of reacting emotionally. Fighting reality creates suffering. Accepting reality creates choice. The goal is not positivity, it is mastery. Dealing with negativity is not about becoming endlessly optimistic or emotionally numb. True emotional mastery means you can feel negativity without drowning in it. You can observe it without identifying with it. You can respond instead of react. You can protect your peace without disconnecting from reality. Negativity will always exist inside you and around you. The question is no longer how to eliminate it, but how skillfully you live with it. When you learn to do that, negativity loses its power and you gain yours. Thank you for listening.